Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Monday workshop. So, as always, every Monday we get together to deepen our practice and to find something new to experiment with. As you always know, spirituality is a very subtle practice. Spirituality is something uh, which we cannot use. Worldly intellect or the science, the technology that we use to, and even the intellect that is used to comprehend physical phenomena cannot be used in this path of spirituality. But definitely the logic is something that we can definitely use. That is why in Raj Yoga we always start our journey with Gyan, right? Gyan meaning understanding, having a sense of clarity. But once we have a clarity, to comprehend something abstract, we need to have something something deeper experience. Some deeper part of our consciousness has to get engaged. Like in one of the sessions we were discussing, there is IQ, intelligent quotient, and there is EQ, emotional quotient, right? And then there is SQ, spiritual quotient. IQ and EQ, we can use our day-to-day experiences to comprehend how things work and how should we think, how social behaviors work, how different social behaviors or morality of the world affects our emotions and different states of our consciousness. But when it comes to spirituality, to comprehend something like spiritual love, divine love, it is hard to comprehend because there is nothing that we can compare against with, right? So how can we come closer to this understanding of spirituality, right? And especially the spiritual concepts are those which can be comprehended only by experiencing. When we experience, that is when we really get to know what actually it is about. And concepts like, who am I? I'm a spiritual being. My true nature is peace, love, and happiness. But why are we not experiencing it? Why is it not coming into an action? Why am I seeking for the very thing I'm saying or I'm claiming that I'm a being of peace, love, and happiness, and I'm not even experiencing that anymore? Right? So these things are very subtle, right? So there is a lot of effort, a lot of deeper tapasya that has been done on comprehending this. And this is why when we say that Baba himself, God himself have to come on earth to awaken that realization within us, right? And all of these concepts of recognizing God, somebody who does not have a birth of his own on this earth, how can you relate to somebody when we ourselves are so preoccupied with worldly consciousness? And he never takes a birth of his own. How do we relate to that being? How do we recognize that being? It's a deeper concept, right? So the next best opportunity that comes is, if you actually see, when first thing that Shiva Baba does is, first thing he looks for the first soul, the soul of Brahma Baba. And then how does he communicate with him? He does not give Gyan, he does not give Akashwani or something like that. He starts touching his deepest devotional feeling. And then he starts relating and resonating with his deepest desire of purity, deepest desire for longing for Vishnu. And then he gives him a visions. So the communication starts with a vision. And from the vision, he starts experiencing something deeper, where he is subtle enough to distinguish, is it my own thought or is it my own consciousness or is it coming from somebody somewhere else? So he can distinguish what is coming from his awareness, what is coming from divine, right? So, and that ability is only there for Brahma Baba and nobody else on this 8 billion souls, right? Once he figured it out, he tuned into whatever message is coming towards him, and then he started to radiate that vibe. And all the dadis started getting the visions. Along with the visions, the deepest ancient memories within dadi starts getting awakened. And that's when they start having this divine visions. So whole communication of Brahma Baba or Shiv Baba to all the dadis is through visions, right? But after visions have started, so what happened? So then the part of vision stopped, and then Baba started taking us into the path of Gyan, right? And then he said, like, no, now you need to stop this effort to have visions. Now it's the time to have more experience, right? More practice, follow the purity, follow the maryadas and all of the stuff, right? So before any further ado, I would like to invite Sheetal Ben. Sheetal Ben is originally from Pune, right? And so why I was sharing all of this context is when we listen to some other BK's experience, BK's, we know that BK's are somebody who's closer to Yajna, who are somebody potentially the first 900,000 souls. So we can resonate with them. So that helps us to come closer to Baba, right? And that is how you get to understand and comprehend subtle things like soul, who is God, and how golden age comes, how the cycle of time changes, right? So for that purpose, we invited Sister Sheetal. Sister Sheetal has been with the Yajna since her childhood. She's born into BK family. And then, when you're very well used to the path of Gyan and Maryadas and all of this stuff, we may not give that much attention. So that is what one of the sharings of Sister Sheetal. And after a certain age, so it hit her to the core. And then she said, like, no, this is the path I should follow through. And then since then, she started dedicating herself. She started her journey. She served in Madhuban for a year. She served in the place where Dadi Janki started her service in Pune, right? Meera Society, right, Sheetalben? It is the one which Dadi Janki started, right? So that's where Dadi Janki started. And then presently she's serving in the retreat center in Jagadamba Retreat Center. Yeah. So without any further ado, I invite Sister Sheetal. Welcome, Sheetal.
Thank you, brother. Om Shanti. Just give me a minute. I think sunlight is coming on my face. Just give me a minute.
Oh, this is good. We have a nice light.
Okay. Okay. Good evening to all of you, because I think it's evening time for you all. And thanks a lot to all the instrument souls who invited me here. It's my pleasure being with Baba's family. And as Brother Harsha mentioned, when he talked to me first and he asked me to share what challenges came in Brahman life and how you changed your sanskars and, to share all those things. And at that time also I mentioned, brother, my life was quite different. There was no such kada sanskar or there was no such challenges came in my life. Maybe because this is second birth, sometimes I think Brahmin birth, and I have crossed those stages in the last birth. So my journey, spiritual journey is a bit different. I myself was the obstacle in my progress. Because when you are a child, as brother was saying, and when you come in Gyan, my father came in Gyan when I was just 5 years old, and he was an intoxicated soul, and still he's an intoxicated soul. So not a single person can get rid of him without giving Baba's message. So whoever comes in his contact, his first duty is to give Baba's message. So such an intoxicated soul he is still now. And I'm a fortunate being here, his daughter. And when we were like in childhood, we three sisters are there. I'm the youngest one. And we three of us, my mother was not understanding knowledge much, but she decided to support father. And she was more of like cooperative souls for my father. And father used to take all of us for the Murli class and everything. And as he was a bank manager. After 2-3 years, he used to get transferred to different places, and we used to move our whole things to different places after 2-3 years. So wherever we used to go, he used to find a center first, and he used to go for Murli, everything. And since we were kids, we used to go with him. Even we used to like the atmosphere at the center, changing the lights, white light and then the red lights, and all in white clothes. So some attraction was there. And slowly we started going to the center, not daily basis, because at that age it wasn't the age of understanding the knowledge. We were just liking going there, meeting the family, and sometimes going for some events. Even the teachers at the center, as we were small, they used to ask me to dance in some of the cultural program, and I used to dance also. I don't remember actually everything, but I have photographs. So, and someone tells me, then I can recollect all those things. So this is how we started in Brahma Kumaris, I would say. So I wouldn't say that I was in Gyan since my 5 years age, but I would say Gyan came in me when I was 19 years old. So it was just that I'm fortunate to be in the family who has a culture of Brahma Kumaris since childhood. And as my father came in knowledge, we never had any bhakti sanskar in our house. Not a single deity's photo, no aarti, nothing. So we were like, father is like Baba, Baba, and even we used to say Baba, Baba, but I was never understanding who is Baba, what he does. But in subconscious mind, as we were listening Murli in childhood, we used to listen carefully, because we were happy to raise our hands at the end and share the points, what Baba said in the Murli. Although I was not understanding deeply what Baba is saying, but just because we want to be a center of attraction at the center and we want to reply something, I used to listen to the Murli and I used to raise my hand and share the points. So this is how my journey was. So, and then as we started growing, when we came to the school, 7th, 8th, 9th standard, and we 3 sisters are like more of friends. Till now we are like a friends. We used to discuss. So my father was so much intoxicated. Sometimes we used to get fear that he will make us Brahma Kumaris for lifelong. Because I used to like Brahma Kumaris center and everything, but when I was like 12, 13, 14 years old, when I used to look at the center in charge, I used to say, oh, their life is such a full of disinterest, not going out, not meeting people, not eating here, not doing that. And I'm more of like social person, meeting people, enjoying life. So why I chose this topic today, that my journey from limited to unlimited, because in my childhood, I thought I don't need God. I don't need happiness. I have everything with me. So because I was good in studies, and even 3 of us were good in studies, because our father used to take our study personally till we go to 6th or 7th standard. And it was always our aim that within first 3 numbers, we have to get the number. So this kind of journey was, so we were good in studies. Our family life was good. My friend circle was good. So I think just like any ordinary person thinks, like this is like a heaven, no? Where else we have to go. So I was happy with my life, and but I understood that this happiness was a limited happiness. This is a worldly happiness, which I was thinking that I am happy. So when my eldest sister, she got 23, 24, and 3 of us were neither wanted to get married, neither wanted to become Brahma Kumari. We were just happy with our own lifestyle and social life and everything. But my father, once he realized that now, and we started keeping ourselves little away from Brahma Kumaris, because we don't wanted our father to make us Brahma Kumaris. I couldn't think that I will be like a Brahma Kumari for my whole life. So I don't wanted my life like to be disinterest life and Vairagi life and all those things. So we decided to keep ourselves little away from Brahma Kumaris. Although there wasn't any problem, any Alokit family problem, nothing was there. Just that we were like thinking that our life will change, and it will be quite serious life, we will not be able to enjoy life. So these kind of thoughts we were having that time. So we started keeping ourselves away. Even my father was understanding that. Now they don't take much interest, but he didn't force. That was the best thing he did. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been here. He didn't force, but in Yukti Yukta way, he used to bring us to Brahma Kumaris once again, come to the event, do this, do that. And that was all okay for us. It wasn't that we don't wanted to do, but we don't wanted to get surrendered. So, I think something was that in my mind, that I don't want this for my lifelong. So this is how our journey was going. And when I was 10 years old, we shifted to Pune and we settled in Pune. Then my next studies, we continue in Pune and everything. When my eldest sister, she also did her graduation, she started working in the bank. And the relatives in Indian mentality, that now once the girl is of 21 or 22, now they should get married and all those things. And my relatives started telling my father, why you are making your sister sitting at home, you should get them married. And they were quite forcing him. And he was thinking, what do I do? Inside, he wanted all of us to become Brahma Kumari. And then he's thinking, now these girls are also not taking that much interest, what to do? So what he did, he asked all of three of us to do the course once again for him, and listen Murli for few days. Then once come to Madhuban, meet Baba in Madhuban, and afterwards, whatever you decision make for your life, I will support. So that kind of big heart he kept. And he requested us to do the 7 days course once again, because he said, whatever you heard in your childhood, you might not understand the knowledge. So for my sake, do the 7 days course. So as he has given a very good sustenance since our childhood, he never forced us for our career. He never forced us for anything. He gave complete freedom since childhood, but still a lot of sanskars as well. So we were living a free life, but a culture life, a sanskar, full of sanskars life. And so we thought, okay, for our father, we can do this. So we joined the course at Mira Society itself. So we, three of us used to come to Mira Society and do the course. This is, I'm talking in 1998, when I was around 19 years old. And we started doing course. And 20 years back, knowledge wasn't that clear, or they never used to tell knowledge in such a clarity. Nowadays, we tell everything in a very, very much details, That time it is just a cycle, and golden age is coming, and we are preparing ourselves for golden age and all those things. So inside, and what we used to do when we used to go back, we used to discuss, all three of us, what we heard in the course and how much it connects to our life and everything. And as I was a science student, I was doing my engineering that time. I used to be quite occupied with my assignments and everything. So, and even a scientific intellect. So I used to say, who knows that Satyug will come and golden age will come, and we have to start preparation since now. We are not sure about our future in this birth, how we can make planning for the next birth. So that wasn't like something which attracted me much, Satyug. But one thing which attracted me towards knowledge, that becoming a good person, conquering your all weaknesses and all those things. Because although I wasn't in complete knowledge in my childhood, but Baba's few points went into my subconscious mind. I never know when it went and how it went, but now when I look back and see the things, so Baba's few points were in my intellect. Although we were not doing bhakti, but whenever I used to, my friends used to take me to some temple when we had used to have exams, and they used to go to temples, and they used to take me also to temple. And I never thought of asking anything to the deity. Especially we used to go to the Ganesha temple, which was very close to our house and which is quite famous in Pune. So I used to go and I used to think, I think I have everything. I don't want anything from you, and I have studied well. I don't think I need marks or good numbers from you as well. But I used to see such a big queue, and I used to ask, okay, don't do anything for me, but whoever is asking whatever to you, please fulfill their desires. So this is how the sanskars of Baba may be, that already fulfilled soul. So I never asked anything to any deity. But whenever anything used to come, at least I used to say, come Baba, let's do it. And I never know who is Baba and what is Baba, but somewhere that word Baba got into my consciousness, and I used to refer to Baba. Even we sisters used to take Baba, Baba, Baba. Although we were not very much aware with Baba concept, but we used to have that word, powerful word Baba with us. And I think that way we did course. And whenever someone used to ask me, as we were bright students, what you would like to become when you get older. So I used to say, I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be an engineer. I think I want to be a good person. Because they used to say, why you are saying so? So I used to say, because doctor, there is no guarantee that he'll be happy for his whole life. Engineer, no guarantee that he will be happy for his whole life. But yes, if I become a good person, a person who is happy all the time and give happiness to others, it's guaranteed that I'll be happy for my whole life. So this is something Baba's points, I think, went into my subconscious, and I used to reply like this. And when I did course, I found, although I was talking about becoming good person, but I never tried anything for becoming good or conquering my weaknesses. There wasn't much weaknesses as such, or big weakness which I had, but whatever. So then I thought, I think this knowledge will help me to become better. And that's why I decided to join center. So then there is one more center which is very close to our house, which is at walking distance. So I joined center there, and I started going to the Murli. As you know, Brahma Kumaris' usual way of saying that come every Thursday at least, although you cannot come every day, come on Thursday. So I went to center on Thursday, and as knowledge wasn't that clear in 7 days, I did not sit for the Murli. I was seeing at the back, some Kumaris were packing the bhog. So I directly went there and I said, can I help you? And they said, okay, all Kumaris were there and they were happy to welcome me. And then I started packing bhog with them. So in center, I started with seva, I would say. So I started packing bhog and everything. And then that time we used to have some Gyan discussion. And I was so lucky that those friends, those Kumaris were so pakka in Gyan. And they had such a good experiences from Baba. They used to share with me. And then I slowly realized, yes, there is some power, and there is something which will help me. And then slowly I started attending Murli. In Murli, what I liked the most was the blessing. I used to wait for the blessing. What blessing Baba will give today? What blessing will Baba give today? And then that knowledge through Murli, it started attracting me more. So knowledge was so powerful, and Baba used to tell one point, and every point which I used to hear, I used to feel something. I'm becoming more and more happy. Every knowledge point, whatever point Baba was telling in Murli, after hearing, I was feeling very light and happy. So then I started attracting to the Murli as well. So this is how my journey started at that center. Then I completed my studies, and then I joined for IT company, and I wasn't clear for my future, whether I want to be Brahma Kumari, I want to get surrender, I want to get married. There was nothing clear for me, but I just continue my journey because I was enjoying Murli and everything. And after, I think 1 or 2 years, even I wasn't fashionable how the other children are. I used to do fashion and everything. But if someone used to ask me, leave fashion, I was saying, let's see, whenever I feel I will do that. But when Baba used to mention in Murli that you don't have to do fashion, you don't have to eat outside food and everything, then it used to struck me, and I used to decide, okay, Baba is specially asking me and I have to do it. So this way I slowly left doing fashion, and sometimes we used to go in college to eat vada pav or something like that. So I stopped. Slowly I stopped, because this journey wasn't fast journey, not ek dhak se journey, but this journey was like a gradually, with understanding the knowledge, with completely after convincing myself, I used to do everything. So this way I started my journey. And then our teacher, Rohini Ben, who was the instrument to conduct our course, who is the instrument for the center where I used to go on daily basis. She was a quite good Purusharthi and she used to write the chart. So she asked all of us to write the chart, and in the chart, you have to fill up how much seva you did. And my chart was, because after Murli, I used to stay 1 hour there to do any karmana seva, whether it's cleaning center or whatever it is. I used to give 1 hour for karmana seva, and I used to write in my chart, okay, I did 1 hour karmana seva. And our teacher used to write, I did 8 hours karmana seva. So I was thinking, she's so lucky, just because she's staying at center, whatever she does, it is counted as a karmana seva, and her chart is so good. And as I'm working outside earning money, so my chart is not that good. I'm not giving that much what I can offer to Baba. And that's why that time, the first time, the thought came in my mind, why not to surrender myself? Why not to use my all talents for service? Why to earn money and be happy that I'm giving money to the yajna? Because Baba used to say in the Murli, Baba don't want money from the Kumaris. Kumaris should not carry the chokri, and they should just surrender, and they are Guru Bhais and all those things. Such kind of Murlis were going on that time. So it was a strong desire inside that now I want to get surrender. This is like a beginning of 2000 or 2001. I decided, okay, let me get surrender. And I was very quite connected with the BK family at the center, all the mothers. I used to read Murli for those who coming late, and I used to give lift to the mothers while coming to the center, while going back. So mother used to love me a lot. And when I said to them that I want to get surrender, the Maya came now here, because mother were good and they wanted to see me happy as I was. They suggested me, don't get surrender. So I was just wondering that I'm taking such a big decision and such a good decision to surrender myself for godly service, and why these mothers are asking me not to surrender myself. So I asked them, why you are telling so? So what had happened that one Kumari got surrender 1 or 2 months back to some other center, and she couldn't find a good life. She was saying there is a lot of karmana seva, that is this and that, and she came back. So these mothers thought that even I'm living a free life, there is no burden, there is no bondage, and I'm earning quite good money and using my tan man dhan for seva, and why she want to get surrender? And she will be unhappy at the center, she will not be able to adjust. This is what they were thinking were. So they were saying, don't be so intoxicated, just continue your journey as you want to. And then I reflected, okay, even I'm not sure whether I really want to get surrender, or it's just a time being thought, or it is really my deep desire. Even I wasn't clear with my own decision. So I said, okay, let's continue the journey for a few more days and let's see what happens in the next. And this way, 4 or 5 years I was doing job. Many times the thought came and someone used to become an obstacle in my way, saying that don't get surrender, you are good as you are. Once you go to center, then you will become like this and that and that. This is kind of a Maya for me that time. And once a time came in 2006 that because one mother was just behind me, she was completing 75 years old, and she wanted to visit ORC, and she requested me to take her to ORC, and she will take me there, and I have to just take 2-3 days leave, and she is happy to come with me. So I told that mother, I can go anytime whenever I want to go ORC. You take some other Kumari who can't afford or who can't go herself. So you will also get company and she will also see ORC. So this is how the 1 month gone, and she wasn't agree to take any other Kumari with her, but she wanted me only. And she requested our teacher also, just convinced Sheetal that she should come with me. I think it was, for me, I think it was like Baba was calling me to ORC. And finally I agree, because I don't wanted to hurt that soul. So I said, okay, let me go with her. And I went to ORC. I took her to ORC. She was on wheelchair. I just took her around ORC and everything. When I was looking at Baba's center, ORC, big center, so I had a thought that if I get surrender, and if I think at some center I'm not able to give my full, or they are not happy with me, or I'm not happy with this, something like that, what other mothers tell me, then my Baba has so many houses all over the world. If this is not good, I can go to some other center. If that is not good, I can go to some other center. It's not that I have only one home and I have to settle myself in that home itself. So that thought came in my mind. There is no restriction that I have to be at this center. I can go in Behat. So that way I said, okay. So it was a very good journey for myself, learning for myself ORC. And I decided, now whatever happens, I will get surrender. Whoever comes in my way, now nobody can stop me. And just after, when I came back from ORC, my family booked tickets for Shanti Sarovar. And we went to Hyderabad, and my desire became more stronger to get surrender, because such a beautiful Baba's retreat centers all over the world. And I was so happy that Baba has such a big houses and there is a lot of scope for seva, and Baba will use me somewhere for his service. So this was the thought. And in Shanti Sarovar, the decision was like very pakka decision. Okay, now I am going to get surrender. I came back, I mentioned in my house. My father was very much happy because this is what he wanted from all of us. But my mother started crying. She said, are we giving you any sorrow? You are full free to do service. Why don't you stay at home and, become Babas and do service and everything? I don't want to go to the center. Although she was a little bit in Gyan, but she had heard many things and she don't wanted her child to suffer from anything. So she started crying, and but I was quite firm inside, because one thought Baba touched me that time. When I was not knowing Baba properly, understanding Baba, who is God, still he protected me in this Lokik life, in this worldly life, like a flower. He did not allow me to go anywhere in a wrong direction. And his blessings were on me all the time. And that time he kept me so happy. And now when I'm deciding to get surrender, to do what he is asking me to do, whether he will put me in sorrow, whether I will suffer at center, all such things. So that thought came in my mind. And I thought, if suppose something happens, some sanskar takrav happens, or some clashes happens at the center, I'll be responsible. Those will be my weaknesses or my some karmic account. Baba has nothing to do with it. Baba is offering such a beautiful life to all the Kumaris, and I should accept it. So finally I decided, and that time when I decided to get surrender, I was working. I was very much happy with my job as well. It was a Swiss-based company, product company, web conversation product was there. That time WhatsApp and all those things were not there. And it was such a beautiful project we were working on. And the company was also quite good. I was happy with my team and everything. Because most of the times people think that Kumaris get surrender when they have some big shock in their life and some tragedy in their life, and then to get rid of that tragedy they decided to come to the Baba and surrender themselves. But that wasn't the case for me. I was much happy in my life in all aspects, whether it's a job, whether it's a friend circle, whether it's relatives, whether it's my own family, whether it's Lokik family, whether it's Alaukik family. I'm completely satisfied in my Brahmin life. So even that company was good. I was like a right hand for my boss. He was a Swiss guy, but very cultured, and as the double foreigners are, he was he had a very quite value based life. So we had a very good tuning. He always used to ask me to sign a bond. Sign a bond for 2 years. In IT, they generally ask you sign a bond because they don't want to lose their good employee. And they used to ask me, he's used to ask me, sign the bond for 2 years. But I told him that I will never sign any bond, because anytime my mind will ask me to go to Brahma Kumaris and surrender myself, that time I don't want this bond to come in my career, the spiritual career. So why he wanted to ask me, why he wanted me to sign a bond, because he said he was giving me some, kind of greed that I will send you to our Swiss office and everything. So it was a quite, what we say, good Amish, Rishwat kind of thing he was offering. Any IT person, if they get an offer that you go to Swiss office and work there, they will be so happy. Even in Laukik, we three sisters, we used to watch Bollywood movies a lot. That Laukik life, and we used to watch Bollywood movies, and in Bollywood movies, we used to see the Switzerland, and we used to discuss one day we will go to Switzerland and such things. And how see Maya tries you all the possible ways. So I joined the Swiss company and I got the offer from them. You sign a bond and we will send you to our Swiss office and you will take care of that office and everything. So that time I was just such a intoxicated in knowledge, and I started loving Baba's Murli. I don't wanted to miss Baba's Murli. I don't wanted to miss Seva at the center. I was just in a flying stage, I was just enjoying my Brahmin life. And that time this offer came in my way. And I said, his name was Marcus. I said, Marcus, I will not sign bond because this and this is the reason. And at my office, they used to wonder whether she's a really spiritual person, because I was not very quiet, or, sometimes what happens in the office, once you become Brahmin, once you become BK, you keep yourself very much away from others and you show them that we are something different, we are something higher, that way. But although I was having my all dharnas, I used to keep my tiffin different, I used to do everything differently. But I never showed my colleagues that I'm something different. I used to mix with them. I used to talk with them. Although gossiping was never my interest since childhood. Even my cousins tell me now also, since childhood, we knew that you are something different, because whenever there was a gossiping, I was the first person to go out from there. I think it was a Baba's sanskar somewhere that I was never interested in gossiping, even at the college, even at the office. I was never the part of any gossiping. But yes, some enjoyment, some good discussion, I used to be always available for that. So they used to think, oh, she's not much serious about her spiritual career. She's just saying that she will dedicate herself, but she's not never going to dedicate. We can't live that life. She's such a social, and how she can live such a life. So they never believed that I can live such a life. Even Marcus used to think. And so what he said, when I went there, I decided to resign from my IT career, and I decided to surrender myself. So I went to Marcus and I told him, as I used to tell you all the time, that I will leave job sometime, and this time has come. Now I want to resign. And Marcus said, Sheetal, I know you very well. So, and you are a key person for us, for our company, and I don't want to leave you just like that. So you don't give resignation. I will not sign it. You just go and start your career. And I am ready to wait for you 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. Whenever you feel that you are not able to enjoy that life and you want to come back to Laukik life or this worldly life, I'll be the happy person to take you back in my company. So in my mind, I thought, I don't know, these people are not much sure about me, but let's see what Baba does for me. So I said, okay, even I don't want resignation letter, because I don't want to apply to any other company. So resignation letter is not much important for me. So I did not take the resignation letter. And Marcus said, okay, whenever you feel like joining job, this office is always open for you. You come back and join the company. I said, it's okay, Marcus. And then I left that Swiss offer and everything, and job and everything. Although the appraisal, one more Maya for me. When I was leaving job, just before, I think 1 or 2 weeks before, I got an appraisal in my hand. 5,000 increment was there, and entry in the management team. So I was about to enter in the management team, and he gave me such a good offer. And when I said that I want to leave job, he thought that I'm not happy with my increment. I'm not happy with what offer he is offering me. So he said, you want anything more? You want more increment also? I said, no, Marcus, I'm not about asking money or any position in office, but I think I want to do what I have decided earlier. And that way I left the office, and I've come to the Sundari Benji. You people might be knowing that Mira Society Center is started by Dadi Janki in 70s, because Dadi did service in Pune around 16 years. And earlier we did not have any center in Pune. Dadi used to stay to others' home and sometime rent Baba's house. And then when Mira Society was getting constructed in Pune, Dadi was staying just opposite building, and she was seeing that big society is getting constructed. So she had a thought, and this society, Mira society, is the society who is full of Sindhis. It's a Sindhi society. In fact, nowadays mixed people are there, but that time, I think in 70s, it was complete Sindhi society. So Dadi had a thought that we should have one center, Baba's house in this Sindhi society, so that we can serve these Sindhis. So, and that time Govind Dada was one of the student of Dadi, who was Sindhi, and his daughter took one flat in Mira society. So when Govind Dada came to know that Dadi is wishing to take one's flat in this Mira society, so with big heart, he said, I will ask my daughter to give this flat to Brahma Kumaris, and she will take some another flat. So that way we got one flat in Mira society in 70s, early 70s, I guess, 70 or 71. And Dadi shifted there in Mira society. That time we had only one flat. Now we have 4 flats in the same building. So this is how the Dadi center was, Mira society. And I did my course in Mira society. And when I thought of surrendering myself, I thought I will go in Behad. I will not go to Mira society. I will not go to Pune, because I don't want to be in a limited space. I want to offer myself for the unlimited. So although my journey started with my limited happiness, limited worldly things, but slowly, Baba took me to the unlimited things. So I got an unlimited Brahmin family, and then I decided to go to the unlimited service. Wherever Baba sends me, I wanted to go there. And especially, I was much interested to stay at the big retreat centers. So that is how I decided that I will stay 1 month in Madhuban, Pandav Bhavan, because when I used to go to Madhuban, it was just 4 or 5 days trip, because as I was working, I used to go just to see Baba, attend the classes and come back. I never knew what seva is there in Madhuban and everything. I just heard there is a sabzi, roti, and serving services there. So I thought I want to stay at Pandav Bhavan 1 month. I want to stay at ORC 1 month. I want to stay at Shanti Sarovar 1 month. And then I will decide where I want to go. So this is how I planned my journey. And I came to Sundari Benji, who was the my office. And for 1 month, I want to go to Pandav Bhavan. And she said, she agreed, and she gave me letter for Shashiben. You go to Shashiben in Pandav Bhavan, and she will give you some seva. Maybe she will keep you with her and give some office work. And that way she gave me a letter for Shashiben. But inside I was quite clear that I don't want to be go to some office and do some service. So I had already a talk with Atam Prakash Bhai, who gives service, used to give service at Pandav Bhavan, and I went for Sabzi Roti Seva. And there my journey differently it started. Now I started to go to my surrender life. This is a time when 2007 has started. 2006 end, I resigned from my job. So this was a one part of my journey. When I was becoming Pakka Brahman, I was understanding Baba. I was understanding the power of meditation. One thing, when I was in office, why everything was so smooth, because it was Baba's knowledge was making everything so smooth. Because, I had a good relationship with all. There wasn't such a clash as such. But I used to hear from someone that, there is one person and he's a project manager, but he's quite insecure. Once he give job, 10 times he come and he will ask you whether it's done or not done. And he will pressurize you, something like that. So I said, it's okay. I don't have any project with him. So it's fine. Although his sanskars and everything, let me not care about it. So I left that. And what happened that after a few days, one project came under him. And now earlier our relationship was different because we were not connected through work. But now we started working together, and I really started feeling that insecurity in him, that he used to give some job and used to come 10 times and used to ask, you did finish your job? Or are you done? You have any problem? Although he was not able to solve the problem, but he will just come and, disturb you in between your work. So that time my friends at the center, Kumaris, used to tell me about giving sakash, and do mansa prayog and everything. So that time I started prayog on him first. I experimented with that soul first. So it wasn't that difficult for me, but still I thought, let me experiment Baba's knowledge completely. Why should I just accept like that? Baba says meditation can do this. Baba says meditation can do this. Let me experiment let me see if this soul can change or not. So at Amrut Vela, I used to immerse that soul, and I used to tell Baba, this soul is quite insecure, anxious inside. Just make him calm, make him trust others, and just give him a lot of patience. So I used to give a lot of good vibration to that soul. And after 4 or 5 days, I started noticing the difference in his attitude. Now he reduced his visit to me. He wasn't pressurized anymore. And I said, oh, this meditation works in a very good manner. So I continued that, and slowly, again, that resistance which was between us, it just finished. And that way I thought, yes, Baba can do any miracle. I have to keep my heart pure and clean and just connect to him and do whatever I want to do. So this way I experiment. Sometimes we used to have a deadlines. I used to finish my project 1 or 2 p.m. at the night, a.m. at the night. And other team members used to stay at the office. But, I was thinking Baba is with me. Baba said 24 I am with you. I am protecting you. So I give a challenge to Baba. Baba, now this is a midnight time and I want to go home and you have to take care of me. So nothing should happen. I should go safely and come back next day, because I don't want to miss your Murli. I don't want to miss anything, my seva, which I do daily basis. So you have to take care of me, and I will go home and come for the Murli next day morning. So this way I challenged Baba, and every time I used to challenge, Baba used to prove himself that, yes, I am with you and I am doing everything for you. So I think that Baba's love pulled me more towards him. And that made me to surrender my life for him, because he was doing so much for me, although I was not doing anything for him. Even I wasn't recognizing him properly, but still his love was day by day. It was so much. I said, if, in Laukik also, if someone does such a small thing for us, we always have a desire, let me return back. And same thing was happening here. Baba was giving so much love and care and protection. So I thought I should do everything, whatever he asked me in Murli. So that was the reason why I decided to surrender myself. And this is again a different story. Now I came from that limited world to the unlimited world, because earlier it was a Laukik life, Laukik job, and everything was limited. My happiness was, I will say, this is a limited happiness, because that was a worldly happiness, which I was thinking it's a happiness. But now I entered into the unlimited world of surrender life and having a big Brahmin family, everything. And I came at the center. So when I was in Madhuban, I just went there for 1 month. But when Baba Min Murli tells, our plans are different and Baba's plan is always different. So I never knew what seva is there in Madhuban. I just joined for Sabzi Roti and all this seva there. And but I decided, now whatever meetings happen in Madhuban, whatever things happen in the Madhuban, I want to take full benefit of Madhuban. I will attend all the meetings, I will attend all the classes, I will do, and then I will do the service as well. So I wanted to offer myself completely at Madhuban. So this is how I came in contact with, because there is a CU meeting, scientist and engineering wing, and I was a member. My father registered my name for the CU wing. I used to get the bulletin from them. I never knew what wing service is and everything. But that time it announced after Murli class that there is a CU meeting and whoever are the CU members attend the meeting. So I went for the meeting. And then Mohan Singhal Bhai came in contact, and he came to know that I'm here for 1 month. So he offered me to his office, come to my office. There is a software problem, you can sort it out. I said, I have already joined with Atam Prakash Bhai and I can't come. So he said, I will take permission from Atam Prakash Bhai. He took permission. I went to his office in training center in Gyan Sarovar. I started understanding the problem in the software. And there I was 1 week. But in that office, all the brothers were there. And in childhood, one more thing, why I was safe in childhood, because we all three sisters were there at home. And I never, even the schools where I went, even the college, it was a girls' school. 11, 12, it was a college. Although boys were there, but the percentage of even girls was more. So I never had a habit of dealing with male. And somewhere in my subconscious mind, because of my knowledge, childhood knowledge, that males are something different. You have to keep yourself away. So I think, although I was in Laukik life, but I was quite safe because I used to stay away from all the males. So I used to think they are different, and I shouldn't come in contact with them. And I never had a friend who is a boy. I always being in a gathering, all the girls. I had a tuition friends different, school friends different, college friends different, so many groups, but not a single brother was there in that group. I think that was one way of Baba keeping me safe, not to go in some different direction. And when I came knowledge, and I was working. That time it became easy for me to deal with brothers, because that time the knowledge of soul was immersed in me. And I know how much to go ahead and how much to keep distance, and just other than work, no more personal discussion with anyone. So that way Baba kept me safe in that Lokik atmosphere as well. And now here, when I came to Madhuban, the brothers were there in the office, Mohan Singhal Bhai office. And even when I used to share with them that I am going to get surrender now, even they told me that don't get surrender. You are such an educated person. You can earn good money. You can support Yagya. You can do this, and don't surrender yourself. There are many fail cases in Yagya. This happens, that happens. I said, Baba, why everyone is trying to pull me back from my decision? I don't know what is it, but I think that was Maya testing me, that how much powerful I am. Although all are telling you not to get surrender, and whether I am firm on my decision or not. So they also proposed me one thing there, that there is an IT meeting at Shantivan. So as you are IT person, go and attend the meeting. For that you need to go to the Karuna Bhai's office and get the form signed from him, and then you can attend the meeting and you can contribute your software knowledge in IT. So I said, okay, if I am here, let me take benefit of everything, because I decided to stay in Madhuban for 1 month. So I went downstairs at Shantivan. I asked where the Karuna Bhai's office is. I never knew who is Karuna Bhai and everything. I went to his office. There is one brother, Prajit Bhai, I don't know, some of you might know him. That time he was there in 2007. So I told him that I want to fill up the form for attending IT meeting, and I want to sign from Karuna Bhai. So he said, Karuna Bhai just sitting outside that Vishwa Kalyani Bhavan. He was sitting outside. It was his habit to sit at outside benches and to meet the groups and everything. So he took me out, and he introduced me to Karuna Bhai. And Karuna Bhai was in quite relaxed mood, and he took my interview around 1 hour, from where and what is the background, where you are working, what was your project. And I was inside thinking how much questions this brother asking me, and he has such a technical knowledge at this age, because he was like 70, 75. And I used to say, oh, so much questions he knows, and he has a quite good knowledge of technical things. And he was taking a lot of interest in whatever project I was doing. And he said, can you bring one part of the project? Can we apply that project here in Shantivan? I said, yes, I have a good contact with management team. I can anytime do that. So he was very happy to, start that project in Shantivan. And he told me now where you are serving. And you know how it happened? I never came in contact with any of the seniors in Madhuban. But when I went to Mohan Singhal Bhai's office, Dadi Ratan Mohini that time used to meet all the Kumaris at Pandav Bhavan and ask where you are doing your seva. And when turn came to me, I told I'm helping in Mohan Singhal Bhai's office. Dadi said, there all the brothers are there. You are Kumari. You are not supposed to do service there. Come to Shiluben's office and help Shiluben in our office. I said, okay, Dadi, as you say. So I went to Mohan Singhal Bhai and told that Dadi has told me this and this. So in 1 or 2 days, I'll finish my work here and I'll go and join Shiluben's office. So he couldn't say anything because it was Dadi's order. So I went to Shiluben's office, and Shiluben was going down Shantivan for some class. So she asked me, okay, you want to come to Shantivan? I said yes, because I want to get the form from there for IT meeting. So I went with Shilu Didi. I was just surprising that I used to hear her classes, and now I'm sitting with her in a car, and such a big fortune Baba is giving me. And I had a very quite good discussion of knowledge with her in the car, and she dropped me at Karuna Bhai's office, and she went for her class. And she said, in the evening, I'll come back here and I'll take you from here. I said, okay, till then I'll finish my work at the Shantivan. So then I came to Karuna Bhai's office. Karuna Bhai now was asking me where you are doing service. So I said, just now I shifted to Shiluben's office. Today I wanted to join, but somehow she was coming down. So she asked me to join, and I had work with you, so I came down. So he said, you are so talented, and your knowledge is needed in my office. So you leave now Shiluben's office and come here. I said, Bhaiji, I have just thinking of joining today, and you are immediately asking me to leave. Bhaiji said, yes, she's my daughter. I'll tell her and she will understand. Your knowledge is more needed here. So I said, okay, Bhaiji. And then I fill up the form and took his sign and went to see other Brahmin family who came from Pune. And evening I came back. Till then, Bhaiji convinced Shilu Didi that she is going to be here. And he asked me, now go with her and bring your all luggage tomorrow morning and join me from tomorrow morning. And then again from Shiluben, I came down and I joined Karuna Bhai's office. And I was there. I decided to be, 1 month or 2 months or so. But Bhaiji was so happy with me, and we started our project also there with. But those people in the Shantivan they were not too much technical to handle those things, and that project couldn't work. But my seva got fixed, and Bhaiji was happy that I'm handling very well, and he asked me to extend my stay. So I said, okay, let me take all this benefit. And Baba's turn was starting. So I said, why not to take benefit attending Baba here throughout the season. So that thing came in my mind. Okay, then I said, okay, let me wait for a few more days. And that time, good service, IP dish thing started in India. And Pearl messages, SMS, means service through social media had started. So I thought it's a good way of serving unlimitedly, because I will get connected throughout the sisters in India, and I can serve them and so on. So I accepted that offer and I started doing service there. And I don't know how 1 year passed, but inside my mind, I was quite clear. I don't want to stay in Madhuban. Madhuban is not the place for me. I want to go to the center. I want to use my all specialties at the center, not just office work, but any other work which I can offer to Baba. I want to, and especially what was my interest is to give knowledge to the souls, empower them, connect them to Baba. This was my main interest, which I couldn't fulfill at Madhuban. So somehow I convinced Karuna Bhai, and in April 2008, I came to Mira Society Center, because that time also, I don't wanted to come back Mira Society, because I said, again, I'm going to the limited world. Let me offer myself to some other place. But my father, he said, we have taken sustenance from Mira Society since your childhood. So you start your career from here, and afterwards, let's see. Afterwards, if you think you want to go somewhere else, you go. But Sundri Benji was quite famous that time, that whoever gets training from her, he will never fail anywhere in the world, whichever center he goes. So Sundri Benji has taken training from Dadi Janki, because when Dadi Janki was in Pune, Sundri Benji and Shanti Sarovar's, what's her name? I forgot. Main instrument, Kuldeep Didi, even the Sarla Didi from this Gujarat zone in charge, they were like younger sisters there who were getting training from Dadi Janaki. So the Sundri Benji was just like Dadi, love and law balance. And so I decided, okay, I will start my career from Mira, and this I came to the Mira Society Center. And everything what I many times we talk about, I left that. There was many said there was such a good offer you got in your job to go abroad, and you left that offer, and what you are doing. My friends, Lokik friends, were not happy with my decision. Neither my Lokik relatives were happy with my decision. So they said, you destroy your career and you did that, you don't. But I wasn't get influenced by them because I knew whatever I'm doing is right. And when I came to Mira, in just 1 year, so Dadi, and why Mira was one more attraction, because whenever Dadi used to come in Pune, her fixed place to stay is Mira Society. So I thought, okay, if I stay at this center, I will get more chance to see Dadi closely, serve Dadi, do something with Dadi. So that was one of the attraction to stay at Mira Society. And it was a Behad also. I can never imagine myself staying at a small center. I have always thought of a big family, because when now I remember when in childhood, when I used to go to the center, there was a feeling of belongingness. I used to feel this is my family, I belong to them and they belong to me. There was never that I came to a different world, these people are different. There wasn't such feeling. Feeling of belongingness was quite strong since childhood. And I think that's why I wanted to offer myself for a big service. I don't wanted to limited myself for the small area. And that is why when in Sunday's Murli, Baba was talking to teachers just last Sunday Murli, day before yesterday, Baba was talking to the teachers that don't limit yourself for the particular area, particular center or particular city, but offer, although you're serving there, keep yourself open for unlimited. I think that sanskar Baba gave me from childhood. That sanskar was natural for me. And then I started, that's why I came, Mira Society is a sub-zone center to which around 160 centers in the Maharashtra are connected. So quite a big sub-zone. And Sundari Benji was the sub-zone in charge. And this is how, as I said, Dadi came once at Mira Society when I surrendered myself. Just in few months, Dadi came, or 1 year, I guess. And then Pravina Ben was there, Hansa Ben was there, and Pravina Ben noticed me and that how I'm doing the things at Mira Society. And she herself offered me that, would you like to go to London for 6 months, because we need hands there. And I think you will be the best person to help them at that place. So I said, it's a really good offer. Who will not like to go to London and give service? But I said, ask Benji, if she allows me, then only I'll go. And then that time Sundari Benji had left body after when I went to center in 10 months, she left her body. And then one more new instrument, which is such a powerful, like Sundari Benji, Sunanda Benji became the Mira Society sub-zone in charge. And I did till now I'm doing service with her. Very powerful soul, very loveful soul. So she, with a big heart, allowed me to go to London. She said, it's a good opportunity that you are getting a chance to go to London and serve the souls there. But just keep in one thing in mind, 6 months you have to come back. I said, okay, you are allowing me for 6 months, it's a big thing. So that way Baba gave me a chance to go to London. And then after a few years, again, I got a chance to go to South Africa. Why I'm telling you this, that God never keeps anything with him. One cannot say that I left that good offer because of you and I could have gone to abroad, I could have done this, I could have done that. But Baba's, that time I was thinking, if I go to abroad, I will not get Murli. Even the lifestyle wasn't that good. Even the cleanliness wasn't there, or I don't know what kind of people I'll be around with. So that was the one thing I rejected that offer. But here, when Baba took me to London, I stayed at Baba Bhavan, where Dadi used to stay before Global House. So I think Dadi and I have a very deep connection with Dadi. Although I did not stay longer with Dadi, but whatever interaction I had, and wherever I did service, it were all Dadi's places, Dadi Janki's places. Mira Society, Dadi Janki. When I went to London, it is a Dadi Janki's place. And when I'm now serving in Jagdamba Bhavan, it's Dadi Janki's dream project. So that's why I think I have a very deep connection with Dadi, and I really love her. And of course, we love all our Dadis, but I think this Dadi, I'm from her Vamshavali. So I'm always at her center to serve here. And that way Baba gave this. And as if I'm talking about challenges, I think challenges were these challenges that nobody was allowing me to get surrender other than my father. Everyone was there to pull me back. And sometimes then, that time what really helped me is the Baba's love and Baba's knowledge. When Baba is telling you in Murli that I will do this for that for you, I will do that for you, and these people are saying this won't happen at the center, that won't happen at the center. So it's a nishchay, it's a faith exam of my faith. Baba was testing my faith whether I believe what Baba says in Murli or not. And this is how I started my career. I came to Mira Society, and 10 years I was in Mira Society. Baba gave me a lot of different ways of, because as I said, I was quite extrovert. Till now, 50% I have reduced my extrovertness. Nowadays, without work, I don't talk to anyone. It's really work related, and then only I prefer to talk to someone, or some, if I have to serve some soul, or I have to counsel some soul, or give knowledge, then only I prefer to. But other than that, I'm never interested to talk to anyone. And I always used to get the blessings from, wherever I used to go. The blessing, two things were repeatedly used to come to me: that detached and loving. You are a detached and loving soul. And second, you are a yogi soul. So I understood myself through these blessings. When Baba, I used to get the blessing detached and loving. I said, really, I am a loving person, but only when the people are in front of me. If they go away, my love also get merged. So when they come in front of me, again my love will get emerged automatically. It's not that something I'm putting on and off, but it automatically happens. So it was quite easy me to settle anywhere in any center. When, although I went to London, not a single day I felt I came to some different place, different culture, different that. I just felt I was here since long. Even they had that feeling that she's since long with us. When I went to South Africa, this too also Baba gave me experience, I think, because this global house, it's a big family. I was staying with many sisters and everything. And when I went to South Africa, I was staying only with one sister. She really needed help. She was an English hand, and they need some Hindi hand. So I went there, and there also it was a total different. I mean, I have to take the service, move ahead there. That was my role. And that also I learned many things there. So this was two learning lessons for me. Whether it's global house is matching sanskars and learning. And I don't know, it's Baba's blessing that whoever instrument was there for me, they were so loving and caring for me. So when I went to global house, Charuban, who is a main in charge of accounts, so they asked me to go to account, and I said, I don't have a background of account. I told Jayanti, I don't have any background of account, and you want me to help account. So she said, we don't need your account knowledge, but we need your technical knowledge there. So you help in technical things. I said, it's okay then. And when I went to London, I joined account office. Charuben, I was staying with Charuben in Baba Bhavan, and she used to bring me to Global House daily. And we had such a beautiful tuning, and she was such a loving and caring. She was telling, you are here for 6 months, so take benefit of everything in Global House. If there is some session is going on, she will send me, okay, leave the work here and go attend the session, learn something new. So she was always promoting me to learn and go ahead and move ahead. So that was kind of an instrument I got. A lot of love from London family. And when I was staying with Shirley Ben in Lanesia, she was also very loving soul. She took a lot of care like a child there, and I took her care of like a mother. She used to like Indian roti. I used to like this bread. She used to make bread for me. I used to make a roti for her, and we had a very beautiful time in 6 months there also. And here the instrument sells Sunanda Didi, with whom I do service. She's such a powerful, lovely, loving, caring soul. She's like a spiritual mother for everyone. And so this my spiritual journey was full of, I think, attainments. Maybe my Purusharth part I did in last life, I don't know, because I never felt that I did any efforts to get everything, but it just Baba offered me everything automatically. One thing which I really do as a Purusharth, that I try to keep my heart very clean for everyone and true. Baba said, "Na Sache Dil Par Sahab Razi." I keep my heart true and clean. And I think that's why Baba is offering everything, every goodness, every happiness is bringing towards me. So now if I talk about what next? So the next, that the song which always come in my mind all the time, that Pana Thaso Palia, Pana Thaso Palia. There is nothing more which I want to achieve. I think Baba has given everything in the life. But one thing Baba always said, don't get satisfied with, that's your purusharth. That's your goal. Goal is still there to achieve. And I said, Baba, I want to become a soul, like how you tell in Murli, the ideal soul, how the deity soul, how the Bap Saman soul should be. That's my aim of this spiritual life. I'm not worrying about my seva. I never worried about my seva. Whatever comes in front of me, I did. I never run behind any seva. But always I've kept attention on Murli, because Murli is the, what we can say, it's amrit, it's a nectar without which we cannot survive. Love for Murli was still there. It was since beginning. Once I started understanding Murli, I think Baba's knowledge is the one thing, and Baba's love was the another thing which kept me moving ahead and progress in my spiritual life. Now only one concern is there, that let me become complete. Let me remove all the subtle weaknesses which we sometimes carry, sometimes emerges. Let me get free from all that. And I think Baba is also taking me and helping me in that way also. And I always thought, Suraj Bhai used to say in Murli, in his class, and even in Avyakta Murli, once Baba said that real tapasvi, real yogi is the one who has experienced each and every virtue or value of the soul, and who has experienced all the powers of the soul. So you have to become an experienced soul. So I think that is what is my aim, to experience everything what Baba is offering to us, and give that experience, share that experience to others. Because even Baba's latest Murli, 13th March Murli, Baba was talking about to become compassionate, to become disinterested soul. And I think that is coming slowly. Although I'm a quite mixing person, social person, but old world never pulls me towards itself. I'm like completely disinterested in the old world, quite detached in that world. And that's why I think it becomes easy to do whatever Baba is asking me to do. I won't say that I have completely reached there, but yes, internally, I know I'm progressing day by day, because I want to become Baba's such instrument that wherever Baba needs me, he has to use me. It shouldn't happen that Baba wanted to use me something, but because of my some weakness or because of my lack of experience, he couldn't use me. That shouldn't happen. So this is the only aim of Brahmin life. Let me become such instrument for Baba's service, that wherever Baba wants to use me, even at the last time when there will be a lot of things will be happening, upheaval in the surrounding world, and that time I don't want that I just be a part of it, but I want Baba's instrument to help others, to help the soul in all possible ways. And I think that is the main aim I have kept myself. Nowadays, I feel my main journey is to become more and more connected to Baba, spend more time with Baba, and even Baitha Yoga many times in service. Because in lockdown, I think that realization came in my mind, because we got a lot of time in lockdown. I was the most happiest person in the lockdown, because we got lot of time to study Baba's knowledge, to experiment different yoga prayogs and everything, which I really did. And I found many subtle transformations within myself. Even the Seva Sathis noticed change in me after lockdown. So I think that time Baba made me realize that you have to focus more on yoga now. Service has been done and it will be done automatically, but you have to focus on yoga. And I think now I'm taking care that my dincharya is accurate as per Baba. I do everything what Baba asked me to, and there is a lot of love which keeps we should keep emerge. I mean, I just take care that Baba's love is emerged in my heart all the time, and it emerges whenever I remember all my attainments. Lot of love emerges for Baba, and I think that's real yoga for me. And at every step, I don't have such an experience that this was the incident and Baba helped me. But I think Baba was always there with me. Although I did not ask anything such as sitting on in front of Baba and asking Baba, do this for me, do that for me. That never happened. Before I asking, Baba was taking care of everything. It wasn't the time that I need to sit and ask something for Baba, doing special yoga to get something. Nothing. Everything came easily towards me. I think it's Baba's love and some Purushat maybe I did in last birth, or maybe I'm doing subtly, which I don't know. It's just a blessing of the Brahmin family. It's the blessing of Baba which keep me moving and moving ahead.
Om Shanti. You
Shanti.
mentioned that you've become very loving and detached. Is there a process you went through to become detached, or did it come naturally to you?
Yes, as far as I understand, it came naturally for me. I never did any efforts to keep myself detached. I think one more thing, it's Baba's knowledge. If you pay attention to each Srimad of Baba, it automatically makes you detached from the world, detached from West, detached from, something happens in your life and you keep thinking on it. Then, I think one Purushat which is happening naturally for me is whatever Baba says, the right time, the right point emerges in my mind. And I apply that point that time. Like suppose something West is happening around me, and all of a sudden I pay attention, what's happening, why I'm getting, anxious inside, why I'm getting influenced by someone. So drama is perfect. Everyone's role is perfect. Drama is beneficial. There is no injustice with anyone. Why I'm becoming a judge for someone else? Why I'm doing this? So I just give knowledge. I feed myself immediately with Baba's points, and I just immediately get rid of that problem. So I think it's Baba's knowledge, especially what Baba shares in Murli, helps me to become detached. And loving, as I said, my nature was never to go to very close to someone else. I'm good to everyone equally. There is no such special friend to me. There is no such special relative to me. Everyone is special and everyone is ordinary to me. So that's natural, I think. It's a natural way.
So use knowledge to become detached. Because
yes, absolutely.
At this point, I can see myself getting anxious or upset or something, but I cannot stop from letting that disturb my inner state. So if you have any
that time you can help with Baba's point. This time is very valuable. I should not waste time in going into West. Even day before yesterday, Baba was talking about the same. Get free from the West, because you have to realize West will come in our mind. We are not that full that nothing will come to us. It will come. But I should have a controlling and ruling power to myself, immediately applying Baba's knowledge, immediately asking Baba for help, and just come out of it immediately. So I think that truly helps.
Perfect. Yeah, Baba says we shouldn't even waste a second of Sangam Yoga with waste thoughts. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheetal Ben, for your beautiful sharing and being very honest and transparent in your sharing. Especially most of the BKs, when they first come into the Gyan, they feel that, oh yeah, so I came into BK family and then everything will be petal roses on your way, on your path. There'll be a lot of confusion, lot of conflicting things that may you come across, but you nicely pointed out the way to navigate through all this confusion. You need to have your own faith. It is between you and Baba. Family is always there. They are sharing what they think is best for you, but you know what is best for you and Baba knows what is best for you. And then it is between you and Baba. And they're always there. Like they are doing whatever they are doing for the goodness of you, because they might have seen a lot of other educated sisters who might have come and then they said like, oh no, I'm not getting what I was thinking it is, and then they may walk up, right? Like so they're just giving a heads up and stuff like that. But and it's very unique journey that you had. You literally followed the path, footsteps of Dadi Janki through London, through Jagannath, to Mira Society, and all the place. And do you feel anything subtle after Dadi left the body? that you feel a special guidance that is coming from Dadi?
I think when I look at myself, that many qualities of Dadi are naturally there in me. Dadi used to keep a balance of love and law. I think same thing is within me. Although I'm making how Dadi made herself afterwards more loveful. Initially, I was also like, this is Baba has said, and we have to follow it like this. I used to be like strict there. And then afterwards, how Dadi realized later on that love is more needed for administration and law is definitely needed, but we can be little easy with it. So I think even I was like that initially, very, to follow the footstep exactly. If this is what said Baba to us, we have to follow it like that. And then there is no compromise in that. But now I learned in my this spiritual life, in my this journey, that sometimes you have to take soul into consideration, that everyone's capacity is different, everyone's choice is different. We cannot force them to be perfect all the time. So I think how Dadi went through her journey, I'm also experiencing the same kind of journey. And I think, although I don't know where exactly I'm connected, but I always feel there is a deep connection of me with Dadi. And Dadi always used to say, eat 5 tablets in the morning, dhairyata, namrata, madhurta, then pavitrata and satyata. So whenever I used to hear her classes, it used to directly struck me, yes, this is what something is missing in my life and where I need to focus. So I think her guidance made me more and more work on Baba's Srimad. And her beauty was, her classes beauty was, she used to take 2-3 words together, 3 formulas, and 5 formulas, and that keeps us motivated all the time. And small things easy to remember. So whenever we want to remember her class, just remember 2-3 points, 2-3 words, and your class is completely in your mind, and you are able to work on it. So I think that is what the connection with Dadi is. And Dadi, whenever she came here, we had a fortune to meet her personally. And as Sunanda Didi is the director of this Jagdamba Bhavan, but she has a responsibility of Mira Society Subzone as well. So she is handling a lot of responsibilities at one time. So she cannot be here for the whole time. So after her, it's me and one more sister. We take care of Jagdamba Bhavan's activities, and especially my role is to plan the events and execute the events and everything. So, so Dadi met us personally, and once Dadi came in her last visit in Jagdamba, you people must be knowing that Dadi's last visit was to Jagdamba Bhavan in January for Jagdamba Bhavan's anniversary. Dadi came. And Dadi, in front of all these thousands of souls, she asked, who is taking care of Jagdamba Bhavan? So our Sunanda Benji is such a big-hearted person. She said, I'm not Dadi full-time here, but these 2 sisters take care of Jagdamba Bhavan. And Dadi called us in front of all of them on stage, and she gave us flowers, and she appreciated so much. So I was feeling like, just top of the world, that Dadi is having special attention towards herself. Although we are not very much communicated independently or so, but her love, her blessings are always with us. Even in Jagdamba Bhavan is not just a retreat place. It's actually Anubhuti place, I would say. There is a lot of powerful vibrations here. We don't have accommodation right now that we can keep a group of 50 even here. Although in future we might have that, but now whoever comes for one day or just for a visit, they get a lot of experiences at this place, because Dadi's subtle energy is still driving this place. Baba is there, Brahma Baba is there, Mama's remembrance is there, and Dadi. 4 engines are driving this place. So I think definitely in last birth, I must have some connection with Dadi. That's why I'm just following her footsteps and taking care of her place, which was her dream, that Jagdamba Bhavan should be in Pune. So that is what is the thing only.
Thank you very much, Sheetal Ben. So unless anyone have any questions or comments, we will have a nice meditation where Sheetal Ben will bring the atmosphere of Jagadamba Bhavan into our Zoom classroom. And please turn on your cameras so that everyone can take drishti and connect to each other. Connect to Jagadamba Bhavan from here. Whenever you're ready.
Let's detach ourselves from the external atmosphere. Bring all your attention to your true identity. Experience a beautiful star in the middle of the forehead. That's me. A beautiful soul. Child of God. I'm the luckiest star on this earth. God has chosen me out of multi-millions. He has just come for me to make my fortune, to take me to the new world of happiness. Just experience that. The rays of happiness are emerging from me. Baba is showering a lot of love on me. He's an ocean of love. Baba's love is unconditional, unlimited, helping me to keep my intellect unlimited. His love is taking me ahead. Baba's love is so much that I don't need any bodily being's love. I'm full of everything. I'm an ancestor of this kalpa tree. Baba is the seed, ocean of love. I'm experiencing his love in my life. And through my face, through my eyes, through my behavior, this love is felt by surrounding souls. My vibration of love are reaching to each leaf of the tree. The whole world is in sorrow, in unhappiness, peaceless. But Baba's true love, which they are receiving from me, making their mind peaceful. All restlessness is finished. And these souls are also getting pull towards Baba. I'm the instrument to spread Baba's love, Baba's knowledge to the whole world. Experience that all the souls in the world are recognizing Baba, becoming eligible to understand Baba and his love, his sustenance. And they are also becoming worthy of taking unlimited inheritance from him. Shukriya Baba for making me such an instrument. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.